there were areas inside of my life where, you know how you go about life and you go to church just to go to church? You go to church just to show up.
Come on.
You go to church to be active in whatever auxiliary or ministry that you're a part of. But as you're going and you're becoming and being a part of the church, you lose sight of what that thing is inside of, like, you lose sight of the relationship with God because you become so busy with church. So there was a time in my life where I was on the praise team, I was serving God, I was worshiping, but was still going home depressed, was still going home empty, was still going home with thoughts of committing suicide because I never thought that I was enough, never thought that I was good enough. So for prayer for me was a part in the restoration, because I prayed out to God and I said, God, if you're really real, right? I'm tired of playing church, but if you're really real, I need you to show up in my life, and I need you to show up in my life in a way to where, God, you are piercing my heart, that God, you change things around for me, that God, you deliver me, that God, you help me to see what I don't see. Lord, help me to experience you and have an encounter with you. And the more that I prayed, the more he started to show up in my life. And the more that he started to show up in my life, the more I started to change, the more I started to shift, the more I started to trust God, the more. And as I started to trust God more and he started to restore my life and to deliver me, then I was able to show up differently inside of our marriage. And so when we talk about prayer and the power of prayer, I want us not to minimize the power of prayer, but to also know that when you pray, you still got to do something.
You still got to walk in that thing.
When you pray, you got to make sure that your life, your conversations, what you're doing is aligning with what it is you're praying or you're desiring.